What is up, everybody? I'm of course the one, the only, the Joker of Yu-Gi-Oh! Representing Legion, and today, guys, it has finally arrived. I have finally received the last cards I needed to build my Herald deck, and damn, they are shiny. Look at that glare, look at that glare, because they are that shiny. You know what that means when I finally get the cards I need? It means it's time for a deck profile. As the title says, guys, it is time to show you guys my Herald deck profile. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it, shall we?
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Let the good times roll!
Okay, so here we go, everyone. To start us off, you're of course running that triple Herald. It is absolutely mint, this card, because you pretty much just bring this guy out, you have multiple fairies in your hand, and you negate your opponent from doing any of their plays, which stops them from playing, which is just really evil, but really fun, in my opinion. Then I of course run double Ben 10 because you pretty much cycle this card that many times. You don't need to be running 3 of this card. You can if you want to, but personally I'm not a fan of it. And I'll say, like, you know, you can if you want to, where if there is a particular card in my deck that you don't want to be running 3 of, feel free to put in a third Ben 10. It's your personal choice, but this is what's been working for me. And because of the whole Ben 10, you know, when you activate Dawn of Herald, the ritual spell, you just pretty much keep on cycling back Ben 10, and Ben 10's effect gives you the +1s, which is absolutely great. Then I of course run triple Gale Dogra because you just pay 6,000, send both your arcs from your extra deck, then you get 2 searches. Double Manju. Now I've seen a lot of people play 3 Manjus in their deck, but I've also seen those exact same people fail multiple times when they've gone into duels. I have played 2 and it's been working really well for me. Honestly, I personally want to get Gale Dogger every single time. If I draw the Manju, I hope that I have the other 2 cards at least. And by that I mean a Herald and a Ben 10, so I can at least go for the ritual spell. As long as I have 2 of the 3 cards that I need for that hand, you know, that's what Manju only comes in good for when you need that last card. But if you've got Gale Dogra and a Manju, just summon the Gale Dogra, and unless you're going into the Brilliant Fusion combo, just use the Manju for a discard target using Herald of Perfection's effect. Then I of course run triple Star, both of them of course, the Chair and the Scepter. And the reason this is because the combo is absolutely mint. If you've got one of these in your hand and you've got Scepter in your hand, where you've got both of them, and when I say one, of course, these 2 are still in your deck, you pretty much just summon the Scepter, effect to be able to search, chain the one in your hand, special summons, then you get a draw, plus that, and then you get to actually special summon another one, because you've just searched, and then you get another draw. It just gets absolutely nutty from there. You can always get at least 3 out on the field, and if you draw into one of them, then you get to special summon it, which is absolutely mint. So that's where you pretty much line up the board there. And then for my last monsters, I run the double Flopple Bear and the 1 Wings for the Toy Vendor combo, which gives you the pluses, and that 1 Garnet for the Brilliant Fusion target. So that's it for the monsters. Now going into the spell lineup. So the spell lineup is pretty huge, and it's because, you know, a lot of the deck is searching into the monsters that you need. It is a lot of searching into the combos that you need, and just pretty much digging through your deck so you can get those pluses and then just have the negates in your hand, just having Herald on the board, and then just winning the game there. So of course we run the triple Dawn of Herald. You have to be running 3. Don't let anyone ever say that you can't run 3. That person is on some serious drugs, because the deck would not work if you don't run 3 of these. Then of course running triple Prep. Now, because this can be 9 out of 10 an FTK kind of build deck, or at least an OTK, in the sense that, you know, you negate your opponent's stuff that many times that, you know, it just stops them from being able to play. If you at any point want to run double Prep and put in the third Ben 10 so you can have another target or a third Manju, that's completely fine. Just keep in mind, you know, it's better to at least draw into this and have it be able to be discarded than not have the option at all. Then I of course run triple pre-prep, sorry, just triple prep and pre-prep because they work so well together. Pre-prep, yes, it's only once per turn, but preparation is just so great because you can use it multiple times and it just gives you the digs into the cards that you want. I only like running double Ritual Sanctuary and double Terraforming. I've seen some people run 3 of these, but honestly, you know, I only use its effect to be able to dig into the deck, getting me those searches, and occasionally I might use the, you know, whole Monster Reborn effect, as I like to call it, because, you know, you can just target whatever one you've won in your graveyard, and as long as you've got spells equivalent to its stars, 9 out of 10, I actually just bring in Fluffle Wings back after I discard it so I can go into Link Rebo, just so I can have more protection on the field, but, you know, that's just one of my combos. Then from there, I of course run double Toy Vendor for the whole combo there. Triple Brilliant Fusion because, you know, just straight up. And the great thing about Brilliant Fusion Toy Vendor is because you can just go Brilliant Fusion, discard Toy Vendor, gets you the search for that Wings. And then, of course, you know, as long as you've already got a Toy Vendor, which you, of course, already had from Fluffle Bear, you know, you've got the pluses there. So what I like to do is 9 out of 10, you know, if I've got Fluffle Bear, you know, Toy Vendor and a Brilliant Fusion, or, you know, if I've got Fluffle Bear and the Brilliant Fusion, I've already got that Wings combo right off the bat because I'm sending, you know, Wings off the Brilliant Fusion, using the whole Fluffle Bear to send itself to get Toy Vendor, activating the Toy Vendor, activating the effects in the graveyard, getting me those +2s, which is what you want. Then I of course run 4 Just Draw Power, double Power Desires, and that 1 Upstart Goblin. So that's it for the main deck. It is pretty much, you know, you run a lot of the same stuff, but it's what you want to be running because it's giving you those draws, it's giving you those pluses, and at the end of the day, that's what you want. Primarily, you just want to end a board with, you know, double Herald. I like saying double, and then, you know, having like at least 5 negates in your hand, or, you know, Ouroboros, and then double Heralds, which I've done multiple times, and then having still at least, you know, 4 negates in your hand. Because if they have a Kaiju, yeah, they tribute that. But most people don't actually run Ra Sphere mode, and, you know, that's what they really need to out the boards that you can make with Herald. Moving on from that, though, of course, you're running for your extra deck some pretty fun, spicy stuff, and that, of course, is Link Rebo, because, you know, just bring it out with Wings. And there is actually a card in my side deck I can also bring this card out with. 1 Underclock Taker, honestly, because, you know, it just lowers the attack of your opponent's monsters. You know, particular cards say they cannot be destroyed by card effects, but their attack is so powerful that, you know, you have to be able to get over it somehow. So if you bring in this, have an Ouroboros there, then you can pretty much get over most things. Then I, of course, run for the Phoenix lineup, 1 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Cerberus, 1 Unicorn. And the reason that is because Unicorn just bounces, Cerberus pops, and Phoenix just pops back row. Then I, of course, run 1 Decode, because it just powers up my cards. Honestly, the amount of times I've used this card, the amount of times I've played this card, had Ouroboros, had, in, you know, just to be evil, a Herald there, and then just some random card there, so that when they try to target my stuff, I can just pop mine, negate their stuff, and they've already got a -1 in their hand. Then I run that 1 Trisbay for any of those Paleo players, any of those decks that play a lot of back row support. It just ends up burning them in the end. 1 Borolo Dragon, because a lot of the time, you know, the main thing that you can suspect or expect, actually, from happening to you is actually people use Borolo Dragon to steal your Herald. So when you bring in your own Borolo Dragon, steal back your Herald. I know it gets popped, but, you know, it's still a fun thing to do. Or you go Borolo and just take their stuff, or just go from there. Or if you've got like decodes and Heralds, or you just go, you know, summon your Herald, go Borolo, and then activate Borolo's effect, powering it down, then go to attack. If they try to take it, then you go Herald's effect, or if they don't, then it gets destroyed. It's absolutely great. Then 1 Firewall Dragon, because just returning stuff back to the hand, whatever it may be. 1 Deltauros, because it pops stuff, and plus when you do the whole Stellar Knight combo, sorry, not Stellar Knight, the whole Sphere combos of, you know, Skeptors and all that, the Star Specters and all that. Primarily, if this card is ever actually attached to something as an XZ material, when it's XZ summoned, you can actually pop something on the board, and then you get the draw, and this can be anywhere on the board. That's where the even better part comes in. So you could either pop your own Toy Vendor, and then get a search, you could pop their stuff, or if you've got multiple ones of this, like you've actually been able to draw into it and be able to special summon it, if you've got 2 of them, you can just pop their board multiple times because of this card being an XZ's material. Then of course I run one Ouroboros because this card just, the effects are great. Just returning something, popping something else, getting rid of stuff, and primarily, if you're going turn 2, then you bring in this guy. If you're going turn 1, you bring in this guy, and you just neg their hand. Then of course for your targets of your Gale Doggerah, I run double Herald because you don't ever at any point run the effect more than twice. Even if you get Upstart Goblin, you don't run it more than twice. So that's why you only run the 2 of them. And then one Gem Knight to finish it off because of the whole Brilliant Fusion, of course. Now the side deck, I'm not gonna lie, I'm still working on this. Even though I playtested this 1,000 times, I don't actually go into the side deck a lot. The deck works so well on its own that, if I'm going first, I 9 out of 10 just negate them so much. If I'm going second, I pop their stuff and then just build Herald to be able to negate their future stuff, so it's always fun. But just in case, this is what I run as a side deck. Double Royal Decree because it just negates their trap cards. And because you don't actually run any trap cards in this deck other than Royal Decree on your side, you don't need to worry about it. One Regeki because, if you're going first, you don't need to worry about Regeki being in your main. But when you go second, because primarily after they see what you're playing, they will force you to go second. You just put Regeki in and absolutely have a fun time. Triple Mind Control because you can just go into your Link plays or whatever, take their stuff, get rid of their board. Double Twin Twister to be able to pop their back row. And once again, this is another fun card because you can just send Toy Vendor and get the search off there. Double Called by the Grave for all those annoying hand traps. Double Eater of Millions because it just gets rid of a lot of annoying monsters. And then if you ever go into a... I laugh about it. If you ever get faced up against Trickstars, Hand Water because, if they go, oh yeah, I'm just going to burn you. No, I'm just going to send this. I take no effect damage. You cannot burn me for the rest of the turn. And, I mean, unless they draw and lock me, I can still go into some pretty fun combos. So that is it for my Herald deck profile, guys. It's a lot of fun playing this deck, honestly. One of you guys actually asked, what am I going to be playing? Am I going to be playing Heralds or am I going to be playing Trickstars as the future comes? Well, to be all honest, I'm actually going to be playing a lot more Heralds until I find that they lose a lot more than Trickstars. As it is, they stand pretty even a lot of the time. If I'm going first, I win with either or. If I'm going second, Trickstars do put up a good fight, but so do Heralds. So really, it does depend on what time tells. So when that changes, I'll let you guys know. But until then, I'm going to be playing some Heralds and we'll be having a lot of fun. And hopefully you guys do too if you guys test out this deck. But of course, guys, as always, that ends it for me. The one, the only, the Joker of Yu-Gi-Oh! Representing the Legion. Hopefully, just you guys keep on smiling, enjoy the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Whatever TCG you play. And of course, till next time, everybody, that ends it for me. Hope you guys just keep on smiling. See you next time, everybody.